Hello everyone, this is Luxury PL38. Today's video I would like to talk about the Chanel bags, and also because there are a few questions regarding the first Chanel bag. So if there are some people that are after their first ever Chanel bags, I did receive a few questions what kind of bags they should be looking for, which one is more affordable, and whether the classic flap should be something they are looking for after the major price increase in May. So I felt that I should probably talk a little bit about these Chanel bags, and I'm going to summarize them into 3 major points because there are already quite a few videos on YouTube summarizing the Chanel bags. So I'm just going to quickly summarize it into 3 points, and I will make this video as short as possible. And also I would like to show to you what the third point is. So let's get into the 3 points. The first one is pricing. The second one is the material that Chanel is using for the handbags and what kind of materials to look for if you're interested into a particular style. And lastly, the third point is the wear and tear, because I personally feel that the wear and tear of the Chanel bag isn't highly highlighted on YouTube channels, and I'm going to show you some of the wear and tear to expect, what to expect from a Chanel bag. So that way, if you are actually looking for your first Chanel bags, you should be expecting this kind of wear and tear, and as a precautionary method, hopefully it will help you to determine what kind of bags that suits your needs, and also maybe a few tips for you to precautions if you decided to purchase your first Chanel bag. These are the precautionary wear and tear that you should be aware of. So in terms of pricing wise, there is no doubt that this is one of the factors that you cannot control. As a consumer, we are basically submitted to Chanel's all I can say is it is entirely up to Chanel what kind of pricing they want to put up, and Chanel pricing has always increased over time. It has never been decreased for decades and decades. So Chanel pricing, it's beyond the consumer's control. There's nothing you can do about it. My only advice is for you to actually have a look at the social media and follow some of these social media and be aware and mindful of the Chanel price increase, and know in advance when it will get price increase, and that way if you decided to get it, you are able to get it before the price increase. Just like the one in May, there was a warning in social media and even confirmed by Chanel staff that they have a price increase coming real soon, and there were warnings, and it actually provides us with incentive to purchase the bags that we are after before the price increase. And true enough, we make a huge savings, especially with these smaller bags such as the mini rectangular. So that pricing itself, there is a way to actually save for yourself and to look into the social media to be mindful and aware of the price increase, and to jump in before the price increase for you to actually save a little bit. And it also impacts the reselling markets, because those reselling markets have increased their prices as well in conjunction with Chanel's price increase. However, I just want to point out, with the Chanel price increase, not every time Chanel gave us a warning. I'm just going to go through with the second point very quickly with the materials that Chanel uses for their permanent line collections. And let's go through with the mini rectangular. As you can see, I do have the rainbow one, and the mini rectangular comes with the reissue, also with the classic CC style And with the materials they use for mini rectangular, it's either the H calfskin for the reissue or the lambskin. So if you're after the mini rectangular, you only have those two kind of leather to choose from, because Chanel does not use caviar for their mini rectangular anymore, but that might change in the future. And because of that, the caviar mini rectangular is only available on the reselling market. If you're after specifically for the mini rectangular in caviar, you have to pay a premium pricing at the reseller market. However, if you're after the larger ones for the classic flap, such as the medium classic flap, the small classic flap, or even the jumbo classic flap such as this one, it does come with a variety of leather. It comes with the calfskin, with the H calfskin, the caviar, even the patent leather for those kind of classic flap, the small, medium, large, the jumbo, the maxi. So the next permanent line is the boy Chanel bag, and the boy Chanel bags does come with your choices of the lambskin or the caviar as well. And I just want to emphasize on the type of leather. Obviously Chanel have tweed and even shearling for all this kind of line, but in terms of leather types, you do have an option, but there are restrictions on some style that if you're interested in that particular style, such as the mini rectangular, there are restrictions. You can only get it in lambskin or the H calfskin for the reissue. So the boy bag, there is no restrictions. You can get it in lambskin or caviar. And there are no restrictions on the bigger classic flaps. And the next one is the Chanel 19 bag. And Chanel 19 bag was a fairly new release. It just came out last year, and it uses lambskin as the initial launch. However, now Chanel 19 uses goat skin, and those are your choices. So if you are after a more durable leather material such as caviar, you can't find it on the Chanel 19, not at the present moment. And I don't see in the distant future that Chanel is going to use a caviar on the Chanel 19, because the look of the bag, it is supposed to be glossy and it is supposed to be squishy. So those are the materials which is restricted to a goat skin leather. If you're after the Chanel 19, another different kind of style is the Gabrielle, and this is the fourth of that permanent line. The Gabrielle is only comes in H calfskin, so it doesn't come in the harder caviar leather. However, there are some seasonal bags that feels very sturdy. With the H calfskin, it does feel as sturdy as a caviar. However, that is not the case. It is still an H calfskin. It is just a little bit sturdy. So in summary, there are 4 permanent line collections from Chanel: the Gabrielle bag, the boy bag, the classic flaps, and the Chanel 19 bag, which is this one. So in terms of those 4 permanent line collections, the restrictions are only on the Chanel 19 bag because it is only available in goat skin. And also the restrictions are on the Gabrielle bag because it is only available in H calfskin leather. And also, if you are after the classic flaps, it is in the mini rectangular that you are after, it is only available in lambskin leather or the H calfskin. So those are the restrictions for all the 4 permanent line collections. There are no restrictions on the Chanel boy bag. You can get it in lambskin, or the you can get that in the caviar as well. And there are no restrictions on the jumbo, which is the classic flap bigger size, or the medium size or the small size. So those are the summary. And I want to emphasize on the non-permanent lines such as the popular cocoa handle. The cocoa handles are only available in caviar leather, and also it is available in aged calfskin, which is the distress. It is not available in lambskin. So if you're after the cocoa handle bags, just bear in mind about the restrictions of the type of leather that Chanel offer. And if you're after the trendy CC, which is quite a popular but expensive bag, it is only available in lambskin leather. So I hope that this clarifies the type of leather that is restricted if you're after a particular style. And just before I go on to the next step, I just want to showcase to you the different hardware that is available. And the best scenario is to actually look at the Gabrielle, because the Gabrielle has the different hardware that is available in gold, silver, ruthenium. So those are the availability of the hardware. And the reissue hardware, the chain itself, just to be mindful that the chain has no leather. Whereas the classic flaps, the chain have the leather intertwined with the hardware. So those are the differences between those two hardware. And also with the size of the hardware itself, the mini rectangular and the small or medium classic flap have the same size of that chain strap. However, if you're after the larger ones, such as the jumbo, the chain straps will be the biggest, and it also causes the jumbo to be heavier. See how the chain strap is actually bigger, much bigger than the medium classic flap. So those are the differences in the hardware. However, with the reissue bags, the chain strap are actually the same, regardless of whether it's the mini rectangular or the jumbo. The chain size are exactly the same size. And that makes the reissue bag in jumbo to be just a little bit lighter than the jumbo versions of classic flaps. So if you're after the classic flap in jumbo, I'm just going to put this aside. Be mindful that it is going to be heavier if you decided to go for the classic flap. The chain strap actually makes it a little bit heavier. Whereas if you're after the jumbo reissue, if you're more into the reissue type, the chain strap will make it a little bit lighter for jumbo. So that is the differences in the jumbo classic flap. I'm just going to put those two together, and that way you can see for yourself that the classic flap is going to be heavier if you decide to go for the classic flap instead of the reissue jumbo. They're both jumbo anyway.